Jadarian Price, running back from Notre Dame.
This is a 5'11", 210-pound running back who had the second best big play rate last year with 1 of every 5 carries going for 15 or more yards, all while backing up the consensus #1 running back in the draft, Jeremiah Love.
Jadarian Price is underrated. You see that in his 11-yard run here against Arkansas. Uses his speed, his vision, and fundamentals to get to the outside. One of the things I love about this is that it's not only just the design play, but the way he uses his speed, gets around the defender, and then the fundamentals. Same thing we talked about with Jeremiah Love. It must be some great coaching there at Notre Dame. Switches the ball to his outside hand to protect it, to avoid the fumble, and complete the play. That just shows a little bit next level thinking. He's not just worried about hitting the first defender. There are some running backs in the class that just go after that. He's not just worried about getting to the outside. There's some running backs that can do that well as well. He has that fundamental to also take care of the football, which shows he's got that next level processing that will pay off well at the NFL level. Then the next play I want to call out is a 49-yard touchdown against Boise State. This gets me excited for any team that wants to draft this guy. And trust me, they are going to get a deal in the NFL draft, because you look at this play, 49-yard touchdown. He shows the patience in the hole. He has the burst to get through. He dodges defenders. He's breaking tackles. And then once he gets the open field, he's impossible to tackle. It's contact balance. It's vision. It's poise. It's patience. This player has a lot of what it takes at the next level and has that coveted home run ability that can make any team dangerous at any part of the field.
The biggest things that came out to me on tape was the vision, was the instincts, and the big play ability that he does have that we talked about. He's a great processor. He runs with the patience, and he can make those quick decisions when a play does break down, which is an underrated skill for running backs coming into the league. Some weaknesses, though, that I did see on tape and in the analytics here, mostly was with the pass catching. I don't think it's necessarily a big downside, but when you look at his college production, he wasn't really used a ton in the pass game, and he didn't have a lot of opportunity. So it's more of a gray area of, can he do that in the NFL? That's not necessarily what he's going to be known for coming into the league. It's definitely a big question mark when we look at fantasy football, because we know being a 3-down back that can catch passes and can stay on the field on third downs are really, really big. If you're not trusted on those pass plays, if you're not trusted out of the backfield in that situation, then it's going to be a little bit tougher. And we know landing spot matters a lot, but that's the biggest issue I saw. Again, a little bit of pass protection issues there too. His pass pro grades are around average in the class. I think that can be refined. I think coaches can trust him on third down and eventually get to that, but those are some big weaknesses that I saw in his game.
The big weakness for me, you mentioned it, Avery, is the gray area. We didn't see a lot of opportunities from him in college. Jeremiah Love, he's going to be the top pick in this draft class, explosive player, top-tier running back. Jadarian Price was his backup, his second-hand man, his Robin to the Batman. Even though I think Jadarian Price is great, we haven't seen a lot of that pass-catching ability. When he does get the opportunities, to me, it does look pretty natural. So I do think that's a part of his game that an NFL team could use. If he's drafted to the right situation, I could see him being used on all 3 downs, improving that pass protection. He definitely has the contact balance and the physicality it takes to be good at that, but we just haven't seen a great sample size of it. If he went to another school and got top tier opportunities, maybe he'd be being drafted higher in this class, but it is a little bit of a risk for any NFL team to take him with the amount of opportunities we didn't really see in college.
What matters most when you combine everything about Jadarian Price is fantasy football. His player comp, what exactly are we going to expect? From a floor perspective of an NFL player comparison, is just a quality complementary running back that never really hits the ground running and earns that full feature role. Maybe something like a Kendre Miller. I see a lot of Kendre Miller in his game when he's fully healthy. A ceiling perspective, something around like the Raheem Mostert in his prime kind of way, with the vision, the zone runner. He's explosive through the gaps, and in the right scheme, he can be a genuine week winner. We saw that with the Dolphins in previous years. Seth, what do you think? When you saw his game, what was like the biggest, easiest NFL comp you were able to put together?
Yeah, this one was a little bit difficult, and I end up landing on someone that I think is actually perfect. It's Kyren Williams. He's not the biggest guy. He's about the same size. Not the fastest guy. Kyren Williams historically had one of the slowest NFL combine times. I think it was 4.6. He did test a little bit better on his pro day, but he's a player that has that shiftiness. They even wanted him to return kicks, if we remember that, return punts. That is something that Jadarian Price has done excellently. Multiple kick returns. That shows you the vision and the danger in the open field. He truly has that game-breaking speed. And Kyren Williams is someone that doesn't have that, maybe the 4.3 speed, a lot like Jadarian Price does not have, but he's got enough speed, enough contact balance, enough power, enough pass catching ability, enough vision to be a top tier producing running back if he can land on the right team.
It's your moment, Samps.
Yes, it is. I'm talking about Jadarian Price. At minimum, I think he's going to have a long NFL career just because of what Seth said. He's an electric special teams player. I can see him being a good gunner. I could see him being a great return man. Those things alone provide some confidence that a team's going to be interested in him in some capacity and might spend higher capital than maybe we're even anticipating because of that. In terms of player comps, for me, the floor is we're looking at the pass catching never develops. We're looking at a Marlon Mack situation who was underrated for some time, but he really had bricks for hands. I do agree with what Seth said, though. I think Price is a smooth pass catcher. It doesn't look unnatural to him. He just didn't get the opportunity to do it very frequently. He did have 2 receiving touchdowns in 2025. He's not the fastest guy, but like they mentioned earlier, he plays far stronger than his dimensions suggest, and he's well built. He's got a low center of gravity. He's going to lay the boom on you, and he's going to make the defense hurt. In terms of a ceiling, I'm looking at someone like Javonte Williams, an underrated pass catcher, good nose for the end zone, can be a great complementary back, and also can carry the full load if he has to. The final thing I will note on Jadarian Price is he did tear his Achilles in 2022, so it is important to know that he has that history, and I honestly believe that's part of the reason he maybe didn't get so much run or didn't get the opportunity to see a full workload outside of obviously Jeremiah Love being an absolute dog and being ahead of him. Outside of that, Jadarian Price is clearly the second or third best running back in this class, and I hope he has a great career. Love a good special teams player. For all the information you could possibly need about the upcoming offensive rookies in the 2026 NFL Draft, make sure to download the WalterPicks app and check out our rookie guide. It has everything you need. You'll be ready for your rookie drafts, you'll be ready for your redraft leagues, and we're going to get you right.